What's up, St. Louis? It's D2thaC, and in the room with me today is none other than my lovely wife.
Hey, y'all.
Miss Deidra Deneise. Now, I have a question for you.
Sure.
What does the goodness of God look like to you?
What does the goodness of God look like to me?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you.
Okay, I truly was not expecting that, but so let's move a little deeper into this.
Okay.
What does the goodness of God look like to you, and what He's done for you in your life?
It looks like a lot of grace, a lot of mercy, a lot of faithfulness on His part, forgiveness on His part, and love. That's what it looks like. Interesting.
So I ask these questions because I'm sure people out there, they want to know how it is that, obviously, how we got together, what motivates us, because we both come from two different sides of working in the kingdom.
Yeah,
put it that way. And so therefore, this is just a little icebreaker to kind of get people in tune to what's getting ready to happen with us, because we definitely are a power couple.
Yeah, I agree.
And we believe in making moves. We believe in, what God gives to us that we are to utilize and bring to you. And so therefore, this is just a small way of us being able to reach a bigger audience or expand our audience or whatnot. So it brings me honor, it brings me pleasure when I am able to include my wife into this. And I say that with the most loving heart, because most of you all don't realize or don't understand that our story is really a story. Yes, it has a lot of chapters to it. But God is good, and He is definitely merciful. And so as I continue my journey learning what it is to be a disciple, my wife is a disciple all on her own. But when we come together, it's like Voltron.
Yes. Now, before you try to switch off, you need to answer that question also. What does the goodness of God look like to you?
I thought I was asking the question. God's goodness to me is being able to function where I've seen others fail. Being able to handle tough life choices that are out of my control, that are not in my hands. Obviously, dealing with the passing of my parents or whatnot was definitely a struggle, and it still is to this day. But because of God's grace, because of His mercies, as I said before, He always gives me understanding that certain things are out of my hand, and this is the way that He has planned it. So for whatever reason it be, I'm just obedient, as far as what it is that I'm supposed to do. And it's like with this relationship, I have to nurture this relationship as the husband, to make sure that the steps that I take don't put a downfall on you. But by the same token, I still have to be respectful of what God's wishes are and what He wants done, and help move the kingdom forward as well, but do it in a respectful manner that we both prosper.
Right. Okay. So what it sounds like to me is that the goodness of God to you looks like capacity. He's giving you the capacity to do a lot of things that others aren't capable of doing.
Correct.
An understanding that most people don't have, and gifts.
Well, you are a gift.
And you are too.
So yeah, we definitely will be doing more of these. We just wanted to make this the icebreaker to come out to, and just give you guys an idea of what's really going on with us. But there's so much more to learn and see from us. So all I can say is just
stay tuned
and watch the smoke.
Watch the smoke.
And this is one to clarify, because we declared it.
That's right. Declares. Out.
All right, St. Louis. Well, I can't really say St. Louis because we are beyond St. Louis, but while people here in St. Louis know exactly who we are the Claires.
The Claire.
And
hey,
this is my beautiful wife, Miss Deidra Deneise.
hello.
And I am her loving husband, D2thaC. But those of you who know us by our government names, it's all good. We were talking. Oh, we got a new microphone.
Yes.
So you don't have to share a mic.
No.
And it sounds good.
Awesome.
That's right. So we were talking, and my wife posed a question, and I had to think about it for a second, but I wanted to freestyle on it today to see what we came up with, and hopefully it's some information that you can take and use and utilize within your daily routines as you delve deeper into your journeys of where your life takes you.
Sure. Yeah, so we were laying in the bed this morning, and I just kind of turned to him, and I was like, what makes you happy in our relationship? What makes this relationship different from any other one that you've been in?
So my answer to that is when I'm able to be more of me, of myself, and not have to hide things or hide my personality of who I am, what it is that I do on a daily basis. Most of you know I work in radio, so I'm always doing some type of production where I have to, for lack of a better term, perform or act, because voice acting is a part of my job in radio. So when I'm able to come home and unwind, and I don't have to act, I don't have to think about certain things that I want to say, I'm able to express myself, I'm able to be myself, and in that capacity, that opens up a lot of different doors for me to be more into my relationship with my wife. These are things that I've asked for. Some of y'all may have seen a post that I put on Facebook a while back. I asked for a virtuous woman, and I got more than that. So the understanding with what comes in this relationship has played a part in how I feel, and it allows me. Well, let me say it this way: God allows me to move the way that He wants me to move, and it makes it so much better for me. That truly makes me happy.
That's awesome. I mean, no one wants to always, have to defend who they are or explain who they are, why they do anything that they do. I mean, not saying that it won't require some explanation as you get to know one another.
Right.
But to have to constantly defend yourself, your thoughts, the way you move, your expression, that doesn't sound like freedom.
No, it doesn't. And I want you all to understand something, that we really didn't date. Well, we dated, but it was we dated with intention and purpose. When I came into this relationship, I said it has to be with intention and purpose, and she herself said the same thing. And so we really didn't do the whole "that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend."
No.
First of all, I'm over 50, so at some point you just have to stop with that. That's my girlfriend. What? You 50, bro? What are we doing?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
Well, for me, also, with us both being believers, Christians.
Yeah.
I used to be into the boyfriend and girlfriend thing, but as I grew in maturity, I realized that it brought about a lot of confusion, that title. Because it's like, okay, as a boyfriend or as a girlfriend, are you supposed to halfway provide for me? Am I supposed to halfway submit to you? Like, what's the limit? What's the standard? Because the Bible doesn't cover boyfriend and girlfriend. It covers husband and wife. It covers covenant, so we agreed to court, so everything we did in conversation.
Court. Not when you go down and pay your ticket, because you ain't got a speeding ticket. Court. Not when they
you got a ball in your hand and you dribbling out.
Not Jordan. No 23. No.
And I mean, after 24 years of friendship, we knew each other to a certain extent. We knew each other with a really deep capacity, but obviously we had to get to know if we were right for each other when it came to marriage.
Right.
So we decided to court. Everything we did was with the intention of being married. We went to counseling without a marriage date. Our counselors even said that was very different. They was like, so when's the date? Like, we don't have one. We wanted to counsel to see if this is something that we should be doing.
Right. Pursue.
Be pursuing with each other. We went to counsel to ask all the hard questions, see the good, bad, and ugly in each other, and just be totally honest before we even make a decision to be married. And they thought that was very wise. And because of that, I believe that, it's only up from here.
Right. And most of our lives have been in relationships where our parents were married to each other.
Exactly. So we're on one accord there.
Right. And so I would encourage people, like, if you, and I also have friends that I went to school with that have been married and are still married to this day. So, I always modeled myself after that, aspect, because that's what I wanted. It just didn't happen right after high school. So it was like, but it's here now. So therefore, we thank God for that. And the fact that we had 24 years of friendship, that number is still significant. That whole 2-4 thing.
Right. You know what? I think it's very important, and this might be a conversation for another day. I mean, I know we're usually keeping these conversations short.
Yeah, we got time.
But it's very important to marry someone that you are on one accord with,
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
You mentioned our upbringing. We were both brought up with parents who were married until death did them part.
Right.
We were both brought up where our parents worked in ministry together.
Right, absolutely.
So, everything was not just about looks or, things. It was a real commitment between two individuals, not only to each other, but to God.
Right, absolutely.
So I think it is amazing that here we are, with that upbringing, with that understanding, with that commitment, and we're both committed to God and working in the kingdom together, like our parents were.
Absolutely. So, that being said, we're going to wrap this session up. So we would definitely like your opinions on what you think about what you hear from us. And let's throw the questions out there. Should we do this on a regular basis? How many couples actually out there are looking for teammates per se? Let's just put it, let's give it a layman term. How many couples out there would like to date us to understand what it is for our relationship and try to maybe pour into your relationship? What works for you?
Yeah, a community.
A community.
Yeah, you need
create
community.
A village.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because just like it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to nurture relationships.
Right.
And
you don't necessarily have to be a couple. You could be a single person thinking on these terms of what you want for your future while you do your daily duties, and you never know. That person may walk up on you and you be like, he's interesting, or she's interesting. Maybe I want to take a further look.
When you say date us, you mean like we throw monthly, probably get-togethers or something like that?
We can do, absolutely.
Just have open, raw conversations about marriage.
Yeah, a wee colloquy, if you will.
Oh, I cannot say that word. I'm so done.
So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate all of your input, and we'll take the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we'll work with it, and we'll go from there.
And shout out to everybody that commented on our last video.
And we got over 1,000 views on that, and I'm appreciative of everybody that is going in and taking a look at what it is to be the Claires. So, awesome. Oh, and the music that you're hearing is all produced in-house by us.
Yeah.
And so we don't have any problems with Facebook, Instagram, or anybody else saying you can't use this. Yes, we can.
And yes, we will.
Absolutely. So we will see you all next time. We look forward to hearing your responses.
Peace.